So on today's episode of Straight Power TV, it is your host Mopar X. We're back in the garage tonight. We're talking about pistons. Stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button right here and follow me. Let's get into it.
On today's episode of Straight Power TV, we are bringing you all the exclusive car enthusiast content. It's your host Mopar X. Come on, let's get into it.
So today's episode of Straight Power TV, we are going to go ahead and finish tearing down our 6.1 Hemi block. And today we're going to talk about the pistons that were inside of that block. Looks like we had somewhat refreshed, rebuilt motor. They don't look too bad. A lot of carbon deposits sitting on the top of the head of the piston. A little bit of scoring on the side, which is normal on the side of the piston. We're checking the rods. They look pretty straight. Checking the caps. I don't see any cracks. I mean, they look pretty good. Now, we're going to talk about a couple of the oil control groups and upper and lower compression ring here. So when you guys are at home taking your motors apart, you can do this confidently without messing it up. So let's talk about the very first ring, this top ring that's sitting right here, right? This is the upper compression ring right here. The second one is the lower compression ring. And then this right here is your oil control group. There's a certain way that it should be set. Everybody has their own recipe on how they like to set their pistons. What I recommend is looking it up online or referring to a manual or getting a book and just see how the manufacturer recommends that it should be set before installing pistons with rings inside of your block. They cannot go the same way. They have to be offset. As you can see, we just took this piston out and you can see how it's offset. This one right here is probably about 9 o'clock. That one's at probably about, should be around 6 o'clock-ish, you know. And then as far as the oil control group, this one here is at 9. The top ring and the bottom ring is over here at 4. I mean, typically how I set them is, you know, I'll set one at 10. I'll set the other one probably at 4 or 3, you know, or sometimes 2. It really just depends on what you're working on, how you got your rings gapped in, depending on the manufacturer's specification on how they want you to install these rings inside of your engine block. But stay tuned to the channel. This is your host, Mopar X. We'll be back, folks, just after this short clip. Let's get it. So on today's episode of Straight Power TV, it's your host, Mopar X. Come on in. Let me show you what we're working on today. So back on Straight Power TV today. Now we're going to have a conversation about main caps, right? There's a various different options out there. You can go with the factory steel main caps. They work well. I mean, they came from the factory pretty good. Now there is an option for some billet main caps. You're definitely going to pay for those, and they're definitely not cheap. So it really just depends on if you're trying to make a lot of power or if you're just doing a budget build. But come on in, let me show you what we're working with. Okay, so here are our factory main caps here. Now, one thing to note when you are reinstalling these caps, you guys need to pay attention and look. They are numbered in the position that they are supposed to go in, okay? You cannot mess it up. Now, as you can see, number 3 is the only one with the arrow on the opposite side. Pay attention. See? That's number 3. It's kind of hard to see the 3, but this is number 3. Okay? So you need to make sure when you're reinstalling this cap, all right, you need to make sure the number 3 goes in the position that it's supposed to go into. All right? Number 3 will not go into any other slot. As you can see, number 3 looks fatter than the other 4 caps. So just make sure when you're reinstalling your motor, you're paying attention to the position that the arrow is pointed in, okay, as you can see, and make sure you pay attention to the numbered cap. 1, 2, hop over, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Stay tuned to the channel, man. I'm giving you guys all the tips on tearing down and rebuilding these Hemis. I love these Hemi engines. I love the way they sound. I just love everything about them. I love the power. I mean, Heminology, man. This is what we talk about every week. So stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button right there. It's your host, Mopar X. Now we're going to move on to the next topic. And that's it for tonight, guys, on another episode of Straight Power TV, exclusively Heminology. Let's get it.